After 37 weeks of high school sports coverage, tonight marks our final highlight-centric show of Naperville Sports Weekly Season 17. But now is not the time to be sad because multiple Naperville area teams are still fighting in the playoffs, including some state qualifiers. Good evening, Naperville sports fans. I'm your host, Joe Kennedy. Just like in recent years, Bennett Academy girls lacrosse and the Neuqua boys have made it to the state semis. Meanwhile, in baseball, Waubonsie Valley is on a historic run, including a no-hitter in the playoffs. Let's start with the Warriors, who went to battle for a sectional title. After a thrilling walk-off victory against Hinsdale Central on Saturday, Waubonsie Valley find themselves in the school's first sectional semifinal since 2014. Their opponent is Plainfield North, who defeated 3C Downers Grove South in the regional finals. We'll begin in the bottom of the first inning with starting pitcher Owen Roberts at the plate. He hits this pitch high down the right field line, and it's just out of reach of the right fielder. Roberts cruises into second base, and the Warriors have runners on second and third with no outs. Next up is Ben Ford. He lines one hard to right field, which is enough for both Ryan Gustitis and Noah Palan to come across home plate. Waubonsie Valley strikes in the first inning and leads 2-0. The Warriors have DVC Player of the Year Owen Roberts on the mound, and he has it going early. Plainfield North's Joe Galino is at the plate, and Roberts sits him down swinging. He has 3 strikeouts in the first 3 innings of work. Now in the bottom of the third, Waubonsie has a runner on second with 2 outs. Sean Carroll is at bat, and he takes this one opposite way for a single. Palan speeds around third base and crosses home plate for the second time today. The Warriors now have a 3-0 lead. On to the top of the 5th, the Tigers are looking for some offense. Tanner Grimes pulls a grounder down the third baseline, but Hiroshi Wong is there to scoop it up and then makes the long throw over to first for the out. That's 2 outs in the inning as Roberts continues to hold Plainfield North hitless. In the bottom of the 5th, the Warriors are threatening again. Josh Hung is at the plate with runners on second and third, but Ryan Mickenbecker is able to force the ground out at first base. The Tigers escape the inning, still down 3 runs. In the top of the 6th, Colin Doyle has an opportunity with runners in scoring position. He hits a high chopper towards first base, and Sean Carroll is there to put him away. Waubonsie Valley is 3 outs away from victory, and Roberts is looking for the no-hitter. Leading off the 7th, Tiger Aiden Simmons is up with a 3-2 count and hopes to break the no-hit bid. Roberts throws one on the money as Simmons strikes out looking. 2 outs in the 7th, Roberts is facing Grimes on an 0-2 count, and he gets him to swing right through it. His 7th strikeout of the day completes the no-hitter as Waubonsie Valley defeats Plainfield North 3-0 in the sectional semifinals.
We are in the Super 16 sectional final as the number 1 seeded Downers Grove North Trojans out of the West Suburban Conference take on the 2 seeded Waubonsie Valley Warriors from the DuPage Valley Conference. Waubonsie in the sectional final for the first time since 2005, thanks to a no-hitter from junior pitcher Owen Roberts in the semis. After the Warriors loaded the bases in the top of the first, Ryan Gustitis scored on an error. In the bottom of the first, Jack Ramsey grounded out to second base, bringing in the tying run to make it 1-1 on an RBI. In the top of the second, Gustitis hits a ground ball to second, but Carlos Sanchez can't stay with the ball as it brings in another run for Dub V, who retake the lead 2-1 as a pinch runner Noah Pilon scores. We move to the 4th where the Warriors have a base runner in scoring position, but Carter Cosenza comes in relief for DGN and gets Ben Ford to pop out. Waubonsie still leads 2-1. Joshua Hung singles to left field, and it's first and second with 2 outs in the top of the 5th as the Warriors look for insurance. Once again, Cosenza gets out of the jam as Shane Torres flies out to center field to strand the runners. In the top of the 6th, the Trojans strike with a 2-out double down the right field side from Brady Schaumhuser. as Luke Fordomski scores, tying the game at 2-2. Entering the game in the 6th inning, Jude Wardwick strikes out both Lucas Ryan and Gustitis, looking to keep the score 2-2 in the 6th. Waubonsie starter Ryan Morton continues his strong performance on the mound in the bottom of the 6th as he sets down the Trojans in order. 1 out in the top of the 7th with a runner on first. Sean Carroll tries to untie the game. He gets a hold of a pitch and sends it to deep left field, but J.D. Cumbie is there at the wall to make the catch. After 2 scoreless innings on the mound, Wardwick gets a hold of Morton's changeup and sends it to deep left center field as he hits a walk-off home run over the fence. That advances Downers Grove North to the Super Sectional with a 3-2 win over Waubonsie. The Trojans will play Edwardsville on Monday night.
Bennett Academy softball has looked strong all year and won a 4th straight regional last weekend. The dugout will lose an important figure next season, and we'll have more on that and the Red Wings after the break.
You made a cow.
Actually, it's a piggy bank. My inspiration to start saving.
How about a more solid way to save?
I'm listening.
Well, BMO helps get your savings habit into shape with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward?
And there's a cash bonus when you open a new checking account to get you started.
Wow. Anything you can't do?
Mugs.
Jerry Schilf took over as head coach of Bennett Academy softball in 2000 and has won a trophy in every round of the IHSA playoffs. This year's team looks to give Schilf a season to remember as the longtime head coach closes his final chapter at Bennett. Patrick Cotto has more with our latest feature story here on NSW.
Bennett Academy head softball coach Jerry Schilf has spent over 2 decades in the Red Wings dugout, but this spring will be his last. His final regular season home game was a celebration, not only for the team's 10-0 win against Batavia, but a day to be honored by his family, players, coaches, and alumni for all he has done for the Red Wings softball program.
I couldn't stop smiling. I was unbelievably happy. And seeing these girls that I haven't seen in some in 20 years, some of them had children old enough to play for me. And it was pretty cool.
Schilf started in 1997 as a varsity assistant coach and then JV in 1999 before taking the head reins in 2000. His coaching accolades include 11 regional titles, 4 sectional championships, and 2 super sectional wins in 2011 and 2023. The 2 team state appearances resulted in 3rd place finishes in Class 4A in 2011 and 3A in 2023. Despite the success on the diamond adding up to nearly 500 career victories, winning has never been the #1 goal.
Support the girls in any way I possibly can. Put them in a position where they can compete. Try to help them improve themselves and their skills as much as we possibly can.
He's always been my biggest supporter. He really has a calming presence no matter how I'm playing. He reminds me to just keep my head in the game, and he'll pick me up if I'm playing bad. If I'm playing good, he always gives me compliments. He's just my biggest supporter.
Schilf also had support from his family, with his wife Tracy, son Jacob, and daughter Sam attending as many games as possible.
There's one picture with the 3 of us in 2011. Sam was a little kid hanging onto my leg, and Jake got a little kid too. And they're so happy for us to be there. That was kind of our goal. We needed to take that picture and transfer it to reality. And we did.
That goal turned into reality with his kids joining the Red Wing athletic family. Jacob played for the Bennett baseball team, while Schilf had the pleasure of coaching Sam on the varsity softball team for 3 seasons. Sam played softball since she was 7 years old and had her dad at her side as a coach during her career, which included regional championships in 2021 and 2022 with the Red Wings. They have been able to remain in close contact, with Sam continuing her softball career at North Central College.
I learned so much from him. He taught me how to pitch. I remember pitching with him in our front yard against like this huge net, and I always hit his ankles. And yeah, but just like to play for him, like I wouldn't be the person or the player that I am today without him.
It's pretty special. We talk about things after the game, kind of critique herself, what we can do better. And she was very supportive of the team as well.
For the past 20 years, it's been mostly eat, sleep, and softball in the Schilf household.
He'll like come back home and he'll like still be working on like the next game and like what to do for practice and stuff. And I know like how much he loves coaching and how much he loves softball, but I know that's his time to end coaching and pass the baton on to someone else.
Schilf will turn to Janet Royal to lead the charge next season. Royal played for Schilf and served as an assistant before taking a co-head coaching role with Bennett this season to help ease the transition.
The last thing I wanted to do was leave her with a team that was struggling. And we've had years where we struggled. Our expectations are to continue to be successful. And Janet, take what she's learned and use it in her own way. She's learned a lot. And because of her youth, she's going to bring something else to the table.
Moving up to Class 4A this season, the Red Wings just picked up a 4th consecutive regional championship win over Willowbrook and have their sights set for another shot at state. Regardless of how far the Wings fly in the playoffs, Schilf will always remember the good times, the big wins, and the celebrations he has shared with the players, coaches, and family members on the diamond.
I just enjoyed being in that environment, being around those kids. I couldn't wait. And the losses, those didn't count. The victories counted, but they weren't the most important factor. It was just the friendships that developed over the years is what mattered.
For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Patrick Hodo.
Hi, my name is Bridget Chapman. I go to Bennett Academy, and I play third base.
Bridget Chapman and the Bennett Academy Red Wings come into the Marist softball sectional semifinal, fresh off their first 4A regional title since 2013. Downers Grove North is next on the opponent checklist, as the Trojans are eyeing some revenge after falling to the Wings on April 23rd. The Trojans start the game with a bang as Ella Bonk smashes this ball to left, soaring over Hannah Baer's head. This allows Maya Rodriguez to sprint towards home plate, and that secures the game's first run for DGN. Still in the first, and the hit parade continues with an Ashlyn Durkin grounder, and here comes Bonk to make it 2-0 Trojans. Bridget Chapman gets a base hit, and turning the corner to score is Nina Passari, and it's a 1-run game. Downers North keeps the flow with Avery Perkins hitting one out to left and bringing in another run. It's 3-1 DGN. Gianna Horsch is hoping for a spark in the third, and this single out to right field does the trick. However, pitcher Ava Gusso will not allow any momentum, so she gets a punch out to retire the side. Fast forward to the 6th inning, and Sophia Rosner helps the Red Wings out with a strikeout of her own. Fasten your seatbelts, everyone. Grace Babbage pops one up, and Maddie Sorowick tries to catch it, but she can't, and Babbage is safe. Elena Rosner gets a swing, the ball goes over the fielder's head, and pinch runner Olivia Opalik scores. It's a 3-2 deficit. Wings have 2 on, and here's Mary Kate Ritterbusch with the blast-off out to left center, and goodbye. Ritterbusch with the 3-run dinger gives Bennett Academy the lead 5-3 after 6 innings. The Trojans keep on fighting with Libby Encina, who launches this ball out to center, and it just misses Pisari's glove for a double. Ducks on the pond, and Sofia Borofsky steps right up with the shot out to left, and that one is gone. Hold my Gatorade, says Borofsky, because she hits a 3-run bomb, and the Trojans retake the lead 6-5. What an unbelievable turn of events. Bennett with one last chance, and Chapman keeps the season alive with a base hit, and she is the tying run. Although Gusso throws the knockout punch on Gianna Horsch, and this ball game is over. Downers Grove North is moving on to the softball sectional final for the first time since 2017 and will face defending state champions Marist.
It isn't a shock that Bennett Academy girls and the Neuqua Valley boys lacrosse teams are back in the state finals. We'll have coverage from Hinsdale Central after the break.
In these complicated times, local news has never been more important. DailyHerald.com lets you stay connected to your community, wherever you are.
We live in a safe community, but not a crime-free community. If you see something, say something. Be a Naperville Crime Stopper.
It's a rainy day at Hinsdale Central for the IHSA Boys Lacrosse third place game. Neuqua Valley enters after falling to Glenbard West, while St. Ignatius lost to Lake Forest. The Wildcats are up by 1 at the start as Julian Silva gets the ball near the crease. The sophomore scores to make it 2-0. Now up 3-1, Jonah Frank is on the run, shielding off the defender before fighting inside for the score. The Wildcats are up 4-1 with about 7 minutes left in the first. The Wolfpack are setting up shop as Richard Moran throws a bouncer past the goalie. It's the first of 4 straight goals for St. Ignatius as they go up by 1. Frank gets the pass along the right flank as he gets to work to free himself open for the shot. He ties the game at 5 as the first quarter comes to a close. St. Ignatius gets to work as Miles Mann plows through the Wildcats and scores off a nice shot to give them a 1-goal lead. The Wildcats try to respond as Kerry George passes to Frank, but Brody Netsky denies the shot. The Ostendorfs provide a spark for Neuqua. Jonathan Ostendorf passes to his brother Gavin Ostendorf for the goal. They lead 7-6. This time, Jonathan gets in on the goal-scoring fun as he runs in from the left and scores to make it 8-7 with 4 minutes left until halftime. More action comes in from Kerry George as he fakes out and charges in to score. It's now 9-7 for Neuqua. Drew Tidro and Mason Raffel defend the shot for Neuqua as Kevin Conroy tries to score from a tough angle, but Wildcat Owen Barth is there to save it. Neuqua leads 9-8 at halftime. About 2 minutes into the third, the Wolfpack work the ball around the horn. Miles Mann gets it on the right side and scores off the nice shot. St. Ignatius is finding some momentum this quarter. Conroy now has it for the Wolfpack as he gets open off a move and throws it right past the Wildcats for the goal. It's now 12-10 St. Ignatius. Moran is on the run as he muscles towards goal and rips one past the goalie. The Wolfpack lead 14-10 at the end of the quarter. In the fourth, Moran is at work once more as he fights his way inside and rifles it in for the score, giving the Wolfpack a 7-goal lead. Neuqua Valley would add on a few more to close it out, but a strong second half propels St. Ignatius to the 17-12 victory in the third place game. The Wildcats take fourth place for the second time in 2 years.
State semifinals are upon us as it's a battle between 1 seeds with Bennett Academy and Lake Forest battling for a shot at the girls lacrosse state championship game at Hinsdale Central. The Red Wings enter after a dominating 21-7 win over Lockport Township, while the Scouts come in off a 9-6 victory over Crystal Lake Co-op. Early on, with Bennett up 1-0, the Scouts get themselves going as Megan Rockline reins around the net and throws a sidearm that gets through for the goal. Lake Forest ties the game up. However, Bennett would take charge from there. All-State senior Shannon Early starts the night off strong. With pressure in her face, she takes the shot and gets it through to get the goal and gives Bennett a 2-1 lead. Then, off a penalty restart, Early takes the ball and runs towards the net, putting it in over the goalie to make it a 3-1 score in favor of Bennett. A little later, it's another first-team All-State Bennett player Gigi Corelco with the ball, and with Scouts all over her, she takes a shot as she's hit and goes to the ground, but the ball finds the corner of the net to extend the Red Wings' lead up 4-1. The red-hot start for Bennett would continue as Peyton O'Neill passes it to Madeline Trapp, who then finds Early as she gets a quick redirect to go in as Bennett makes it 5-1 halfway through the first quarter. Now in the second with the same score, Early gets in on the assist action as she finds Madison Timmons in front of the net, who gets another shot home as Bennett goes up 6-1 just seconds into the second quarter. The roles are reversed this time as Early gets the short pass and charges forward to put another shot in for her 4th goal already as Bennett leads up 7-1. After that, it's monkey in the middle for Bennett as the passing game sees Tara Hammock finding Trapp in front of the net as she puts in the shot to make the score 8-1 in favor of Bennett. On the ensuing face-off, it's Bennett taking the passing game behind the net as Hammock gets the ball now and puts it top shelf to make it a 9-1 margin for the Red Wings, who kick it into overdrive up 13-3 at the half. All-State goalie Madeline Jensen and the Red Wing defense make it difficult for the Scouts to start any kind of comeback. The second half would feature more of the same. Trapp is behind the net again and now finds Corelco right in front of the net, who pushes past for another goal as Bennett makes it a 10-point margin up 14-4. Then, to ice it a little later, the early bird special is here with Shannon Early getting the pass and driving the Red Wings home with another goal. Both teams would trade goals later on, but Bennett advances to their first state championship game appearance with an 18-6 win over Lake Forest. The Red Wings play Loyola Academy on Saturday afternoon for the state title.
Welcome to the IHSA Girls Lacrosse State Championship game on a rainy Saturday at Hinsdale Central. Bennett Academy makes its first championship appearance after a dominating state semifinal win over Lake Forest. Standing in their way is state powerhouse Loyola Academy, who has 15 state championships to their name. The Ramblers took care of Hinsdale Central in the semifinals the day prior. The Ramblers waste no time as Emma Burke gets her squad on the board with the goal, and that adds on to her total of 61 on the season. Continuing their relentless attack, the Ramblers add another goal to their tally. Jocelyn Park flicks the ball, which just bounces over the line, and that extends their lead to 2-0. The Red Wings are in desperate need of scoring, but Rambler goalie Sophia Marino denies access. As for the Ramblers, it's business as usual, and here is Jillian Riccio putting another one into the back of the net. Loyola holds a 5-0 lead after one. In the second quarter, the Ramblers flip their scoring route and Annie Devine does a little spin and throws it in for a 7-0 lead. (9-0) Loyola, but Bennett has some life with Maddie Trapp doing it all herself and runs through the zone and scores. That just means more fuel for the Ramblers, and Burke, who eyes the net and lasers it home. Loyola takes a commanding 11-1 lead at the break. The second half starts as a positive outcome for Bennett because Trapp runs and quickly gets a goal. Then the defense tightens up with Madeline Jensen knocking one away. Red Wings hold the Ramblers to 1 goal in the third quarter. In the fourth, Gigi Karelko underhands her shot hoping for a spark, but BA still trails by a decent margin, down 12-3. Overall, this game was all Loyola as Burke tallies her 4th goal of the game, and that helps Loyola Academy to its 3rd IHSA state championship and 16th overall in school history. For Bennett Academy, this is their 2nd state trophy, but best finish after taking 4th in 2021.
Waubonsie Valley baseball continues to make history this spring as Owen Roberts throws a no-hitter to guide the Warriors back to the sectional finals for the first time since 2005. Roberts entered as the DVC pitcher and player of the year, finishing the season with a .452 batting average with 10 doubles and 4 home runs. He went 10-0 on the mound across 57 1/3 innings pitched and a 1.09 ERA. The only thing he was missing was a no-hitter, and he got it against Plainfield Central. The Warrior threw 7 strikeouts and looked strong all day, in addition to some nice defense behind him.
You made a cow.
Actually, it's a piggy bank. My inspiration to start saving.
How about a more solid way to save?
I'm listening.
Well, BMO helps get your savings habit into shape with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward?
And there's a cash bonus when you open a new checking account to get you started.
Wow. Anything you can't do?
Mugs.
Do you want all the most exciting highlights from your student athlete's high school career? Relive all your favorite stories and moments from the past few seasons of Naperville Sports Weekly by purchasing digital downloads. Visit nctv17.org/shop to order today. Bennett Academy girls lacrosse played in the state semis, where Shannon Early scored 7 goals to help the Red Wings move on to the finals. The Notre Dame commit has played the last 4 years with the Red Wings, including being a part of the last state qualifying team in 2021. She was feeling dominant in the semis against Lake Forest, scoring 7 of Bennett's 18 goals. Heading into the contest, Early had scored 104 goals along with 33 assists across just 24 games. Bennett would beat Lake Forest 18-6, but fall to Loyola Academy in the final. It's still the best season in program history. That wraps up our final regular episode of Naperville Sports Weekly Season 17. Tune in next week for our End of the Year awards show, where we'll hand out 5 awards to our local athletes and teams and count down the top 10 plays of the year. You can find all our highlights, feature stories, and community sports on nctv17.org and our NCTV17 Sports YouTube channel. You can also find us on social media at NCTV17 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Joe Kennedy.